Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Amy, and we're from Super Healthy Kids.
Today we are going to show you a couple different methods to make homemade yogurt. And I will be showing you how we do it in the Instant Pot.
And last night I made my own yogurt, one method in the oven and the second method in my food dehydrator.
So stick with us and we'll take you through the whole process. You can make an entire gallon of Greek yogurt for the cost of a gallon of milk, which is like $2.50 where I live. So it's really, really cheap. To buy like 32 ounces of Greek yogurt in the store is at least $7. So it's a big money saver. It's really pretty easy, and I'm excited to show you how to do it with the Instant Pot. So let's get started. Okay, so here you have your Instant Pot. You just plug it in. And I have right here, I've just poured 1 gallon of milk in it. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. The higher fat milk will make a more creamy yogurt, like creamy and thick yogurt. So, put your milk in. You're gonna go down here, just press yogurt, and then adjust, and it will say boil. As soon as it reads boil, then you just take your lid, put your lid on, okay, and then you're gonna walk away. It's going to heat the milk until boiling, and it takes about 1 hour. And I'm following the recipe we have on our site. We will link it. It's called How to Make Yogurt in the Instant Pot, and it will tell you everything. So we will be back in 1 hour and show you what to do next once it finishes boiling. Okay, so it's been an hour, and I'm just going to give my milk a quick stir. And then we're going to test the temperature. It needs to be up to 180. Okay, we're good. So now it needs to cool to 110. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can either let it sit on the counter, which will take about another hour, or you can put it in a sink full of cold water, which will take about 15 minutes. We're gonna do that method. Now, our yogurt got down to 110. And so it is time to add the starter. So basically you need yogurt that has live cultures. One of my favorite yogurts to use is this Greek yogurt from Costco, the Kirkland brand. So you just put 3 tablespoons in, and this is kind of hard to do one-handed. Anyways, you put 3 tablespoons in, and then you are just going to whisk it up, put it back in the Instant Pot, and we'll take it to that point. Our yogurt reached 110. That is, well, I guess our milk, I should say. And so I've added our 3 tablespoons of our yogurt starter, and I'm just gonna whisk it right on up, just so it kind of mixes in there a little bit. That kind of got on the side, so we'll whisk it in pretty good. Okay. Now, you just put the lid on. And then we're going to push the yogurt again, and you push adjust till it says 8 hours. If you want a more tangy, thick yogurt, you can do 10 hours. We like ours pretty tangy, but we'll just do 8 hours today. It's just going to sit and do its thing for 8 hours, and we will show you the results.
Okay, I am gonna make homemade Greek yogurt in the oven, and I am going to use a full gallon of regular milk with 3 cups of powdered milk. And I'm gonna heat my milk over the stove with a temperature thermometer till it reaches 180 degrees. After your temperature reaches 180, then turn the stove off and wait till the temperature returns to 120. Okay, with the temperature of your milk and powdered milk back down to 120, then we are going to mix some of the warm milk with some cold Greek yogurt. I'm just using the Kirkland plain Greek yogurt, and we're just going to mix some of this in to bring my cold yogurt kind of to room temperature before I mix it in with the rest of the milk. Then the last step is after your yogurt becomes the same temperature as your milk, then you're just going to want to fill some jars that we will put in the oven for the rest of the day. So you'll just take your milk, fill your jars, ending with our jars in the oven with the light on, no heat, but covered in a towel. This will stay for about 4 to 8 hours, and we will keep the door closed to keep it warm. You can also use the same yogurt mixture if you have a food dehydrator, and cook it that way.
Okay, our yogurt is done, and we are going to talk a little bit about it and taste test it for you. So what we determined, both methods take about 8 hours, but the Instant Pot method is a little bit more hands-on than you might think, because you have to get it to boil it, and then get it down to 110, and that whole process takes anywhere from 1 to 2 hours if you don't do the quick method of taking it down to 110.
And then mine, so I did mine in the oven, and one thing I found was interesting, after about 8 hours, it still seemed a little bit soupy, but I didn't want to leave it in the oven overnight, so I put a lid on it. Well, the lid was already on it, but I put it in the fridge, and then by morning, it really thickened up. So I got perfectly thick yogurt, even though I thought it wasn't quite done after the time in the oven.
Now, with either method, if you want a more thick, what is known as Greek yogurt, you actually can just run it through a cheesecloth. So you put a bowl under it, put it on the cheesecloth, and let all of that liquid drain out. This can take a few hours though, and so if you don't want to wait for it, the yogurt that it produces, I think, is thick enough.
Totally. So we're going to do a little taste test. The one I did in the dehydrator looks really creamy. I feel like that looks creamier than my, even though it's the same recipe. Tastes like yogurt.
Tastes like plain yogurt.
Tastes like plain yogurt.
Okay, now this is the oven.
Okay, this is the oven.
So I feel like this is maybe a little thicker.
It's pretty close to the same.
Pretty close. I think the oven method is maybe a little tangier.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Instant Pot. Okay, definitely thicker.
Yeah. I feel like it's all really close. I can't tell much difference. I'm going to scoop out some, okay, and one thing I like to do with plain yogurt is usually I will just mix in some berries, or I really like jam mixed in with my plain yogurt. You can buy all fruit jam. It has nothing but fruit, and that's of course what I prefer, but I just also get regular, but I love granola on top of my yogurt.
Okay, so what milk did you use in yours? Let's talk about that.
Okay, I used 1%.
1%?
Yeah, what'd you use?
So I actually had some whole milk, which I don't usually buy. So this is,
that's much thicker.
The 3/4 whole milk, 1/4 1%.
Okay, mine's all 1%.
Okay.
And then I use non-fat plain Greek yogurt.
And that's what I use, the Kirkland brand.
The Kirkland brand.
So you could maybe consider who you're making the yogurt for. Like for myself, I would definitely want to use a 1% just because there's lower fat and calories. if you're making it for younger kids, like for my children, and especially my 1-year-old, I want him to have more of that fat and calories just condensed because they tend to eat less.
Yep.
So you could use a whole milk for your younger children. Okay.
That's good.
Thank you for watching this.
If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And we'll leave links to the recipes
Yeah,
too.
so we will link, both of these recipes are on our website. We will link to both of them.
Have a great day.